Welcome! In this video I'll be grilling a couple of super tender pork tenderloins and making some Greek lemon rice, a Greek salad, and some fresh corn on the cob. This Greek-inspired meal is wonderful and very affordable, perfect for a summertime get-together of friends or family. Okay, so to get started here on the pork tenderloins, I'm going to mix up some spices. Make this a spice rub, starting with some chili powder, some dried thyme, some hot smoked paprika. You can just use regular paprika, but I like to use the hot smoked stuff. Some red pepper flakes. Onion powder, kosher salt. Now we'll just mix that up real well. Okay, now for our meat here, we got a couple of these pork tenderloins, unseasoned of course. I'm not a big fan of the pre-marinated ones. They seem to all have a weird flavor to me. I don't know why. These are gotta be one of the best deals out there because they're only like $2, $2.50 a pound, and it is so tender. Not the only thing comparable, of course, is like, you know, beef tenderloin, you know, filet mignon, which costs a lot more than that. So. And these are great for grilling when you're going to have family or friends over, when you have a lot of people, because you can just keep buying these, buy more and more, you know. Each one is a pound, pound and a half. I'm just trimming off the silver skin. They don't always have silver skin on them, but a lot of times they do. And you don't necessarily have to trim it off, but I like to do that if I can. And one thing that makes these great for a group is that you grill the whole thing, just like tri-tips. Tri-tips are great too, because you just grill the whole thing and then slice them up, and people can just eat as much as they want. And they cook pretty fast. Okay, those are all cleaned up there. Now I'm just going to pat these dry with a paper towel. And then I'll apply the dry rub. Give it a nice liberal coating. I'm going to get quite a bit on there, because you got to season the whole thing. So. Okay, so our tenderloins are ready to go. Just get those ready to take out to the grill. Let's grab our tongs, get our instant read meat thermometer. Okay, so along with our spice rub for our tenderloins, we're going to do some citrus. We're going to do both orange and some lemon juice and orange juice on there. And we're going to do that when we put it on the grill. So we'll just wait there. Okay, so I'm going to get started on the Greek salad now. Got some aroma. Got 5 of them, about 3/4 pound or so. We're just going to cut these up into like medium-sized chunks, bite-size. Greek salads are one of my favorite, even with just a simple olive oil and vinegar salad, you know, dressing. Next up, we got an English cucumber. Just going to chop this whole thing up into bite-sized pieces. Okay, and now we got a red onion. We're just going to use half of this. Don't want too much of this. It's pretty strong. But it does give it a nice bite. And I like fairly small but kind of wide slices that you can poke with your fork. Okay, so while I was stirring that up, I changed my mind. That's not enough red onion, I don't think. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of it. Yeah, I'll just mix that up now and see if I think I got enough and enough vegetables, a good mix. Okay, some black olives. You could use some nice Kalamata olives here. It only calls for a 1/4 cup, but I think it needs a little more than that. I just mix it up till I add more, till I got enough olives in there. Okay, now for a Greek salad, of course, you gotta have some feta cheese. Just calls for 4 ounces, so I'm just gonna eyeball this based on the package size. Looks good. You can buy the block too and crumble it yourself. Okay, I'm not going to dress this yet. Just put it in the refrigerator. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make the dressing now though. Get that mixed up and ready to go. So we'll start out with some olive oil, some extra virgin olive oil. You want the juice from half of a lemon. About a tablespoon. So there's our tablespoon. Oh, we'll just use the rest of it. What the hell. Next, we got some red wine vinegar. Some dried oregano. And I'm just going to crumble that into there, break it up and release the oils in it. You can smell it when you do that. Like, wow. Dried basil, kosher salt, and coarse ground black pepper. And we'll just mix that up real well. Do a little taste. That's ready till we're ready to serve. Okay, so I did forget something in my salad. I forgot the red bell pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. I'm just going to chop this up into medium-sized chunks, bite size. Poke with your fork. And green pepper, it works well too. But I like we like the red peppers better. A little bit sweeter. Or orange. You could use orange or yellow. They'd probably be good color-wise since we already have red tomatoes in there. Okay, put that back in the refrigerator till we're ready for it. So next up, we're going to get started on the rice. This rice is nice, lemony, citrusy, so kind of goes along with the whole thing here. We're going to have our citrus on our tenderloins. And we got the nice Greek salad with the lemon juice in it too. So we just need a half of this onion. Just going to give it a fairly fine dice. Okay, so I just have a medium saucepan. Get a little olive oil in there. We're going to cook these onions. Of course, we just want to cook these till they're like translucent. You know? A little salt in there, help them get started. Next, we got some minced garlic. Okay, we need some more lemon juice for this. In this case, we need the juice from 1 lemon plus some zest. So like 3 to 4 tablespoons of lemon juice. Actually, I should have zested them first, probably. Okay, so we got about 4 tablespoons, quarter cup. So I actually worked out to about 1.5 lemons. Okay, so now for the zest. Just need a teaspoon. Like I said, I should have done this when they were whole. It's easier to zest them, but the zest is really what gives it the lemon flavor, so you don't want to leave this out. Okay, so next up we got some parsley. Need some fresh chopped parsley for this. It's better. You could use dry, but fresh is definitely better. And fresh dill is really good too. Fresh basil, dill, oregano, anything you got fresh would be good. I just have parsley, so I'm doing twice as much. Okay, our onions are starting to cook down. See, they're getting a little brown. Okay, I got our long grain white rice, basmati rice. Use jasmine rice as well. Okay, next we're going to go in with our chicken broth. This is my homemade chicken broth. And some water. Basically, we're going to have 3 cups of liquid there for 1.5 cups of rice. Now we just want to bring this up to a boil. Okay, it's time to get these pork tenderloins on the grill. Now I started this about 15 minutes ago, so it's good and hot now. So I'll just scrape off all the old crap off there, clean it off. Okay, let's get those on. I'm going to put it on with full heat for right now. Get some marks on them. Okay, we'll just check on these here, see how they're doing. Not too bad. Now we're just going to cook these to about 145. So you don't want to cook them too long, because they'll just get tough. They're super tender right now, and the less you cook them, the better. 145 makes them about medium. Okay, so the rice is boiling a little bit. Let's get the lid on. Basically, it's just like cooking normal rice. We're just going to turn it down. We're going to let that simmer. Set the timer for 18 minutes. Let's check on them here. So these are looking pretty good color-wise. So I'm just going to turn them down a little bit. So we don't want to overcook it. So I'm going to check, see where we're at. 95. Alright. Looking good. check the temp real quick. 25, 26. Good. 20 more degrees to go. Let's go ahead and get the orange juice and the lemon juice on them. Squeeze it on there. Move it out a little so it's not so hard to get back there. Really hot in the back. Okay, they're all nice and citrusy now. Okay, these should be about done. Let's check the temp on them. Yeah, definitely. Pull them off. Okay, we shut down the grill. Okay, so now I'm just going to wrap these in foil and let them rest here until dinner. Do I slice it up? But you want to let them rest for, you know, a good 10-15 minutes at least. And they'll continue to go up a little bit in temperature, but not too much since the tenderloins are pretty small. They don't carry over that much heat. And I like to put the foil all the way around it and keep the juices in. Okay, now I mentioned doing some corn on the cob, and I'm just going to do these in the microwave. So basically it's about 3 minutes for the first one, like 2 minutes for each one after that or so. I'm going to do this for 6, I think. Okay, it's time to dress the salad. As usual, keep in mind you don't have to use all the dressing, so just use as much as you need. I'm going to go ahead and use all of it. Okay, that's ready to go. Okay, our rice is ready. Looks like anyway. It's pretty good. Now we do need to finish this up. I'm going to add in some parsley. That's where your other fresh herbs go into. And I am going to add in some dill. Now my lemon juice. Lemon zest. And some dill weed. And when you use dry versus fresh, you just want to use like a quarter as much. So just want to get that mixed up well. You don't want big pocket of lemon zest. Pepper. Salt. Now if you use just regular chicken broth, you may not need much salt, but my broth is salt-free or low, very low salt. A little more salt. Okay, the rice is ready to go. Okay, the corn is hot, really hot. The last thing I'm going to do to my Greek salad is sprinkle on some ground oregano for a little color and some flavor. Okay, so for this microwave corn on the cob, they will microwave it in the husk. We just want to cut off the end, the stem end. We want to cut it off like one row up or so from the bottom, and then we can just squeeze it from the other end. Squeeze the corn right out of it, and there you go. And it's nice and clean. The little corn hair just stays in there because we cut the ends off when we cut it across there. Thing is, it is pretty hot though. Need to cut more off. I like to cook it this way when I'm not cooking too much, just in the microwave. If I'm cooking a lot, then I'll just put it in a big pot, especially for lots of people, because you can just leave it in the pot that way and it stays hot. Like I said, it's really hot. It doesn't want to come out for some reason. I'm just pulling it right. There we go. Okay, so it's time to slice up this pork tenderloin. See, we got some juice left in there. Of course, we want to slice it across this way, across the grain. This is so tender, though, probably it wouldn't really matter. You can slice it any way you want. Check that out. Nice pink in the middle. This one's nice pink in the middle too. Of course, if you like it rarer, then you can cook it that way, but I definitely wouldn't take it past this point, really. Now let's pour the juice over. Just cover it to keep it warm. Okay, I'll just garnish the top of the rice with a little more parsley. Okay, dinner is ready to serve. Okay, so I'll just do my plate. Give me some of this pork. Give me a lot of this pork. Corn on the cob. Some of our Greek lemon rice. Some of our nice fresh Greek salad. Okay, got my corn all buttered up and everything. Let's try some of this pork out. Oh yeah, it just melts in your mouth. Just wonderful. You'll have to give this a try. Nice lemony rice. Fresh salad. There you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell to let YouTube know this is the type of content you like to watch. Comments are welcome.